I live my day, I live my day.
Hey guys, it's Chloe, so welcome or welcome back to another video. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. So as you can tell from the title of this video, today I'm going to go through some things that I wish I knew before starting university in year 13. So if there's any year 13s out there watching this, here's some things that maybe you might be thinking of, or even mature students, because I'm actually... Why does it have to go off? Because I'm actually so shocked about how, this sounds really bad, shocked about how many mature students there are. Like, you kind of have at least like 2 or 3 on each course, but they're just as nice as normal students, so let's just get on with the video. Okay, so I do have them actually written down on my laptop, on my iPad, so I'm just gonna unlock this, and then pick out a topic off my little list of things to talk about. So I feel like this first one on here is the most important one. Do not buy a wristband for freshers, they are a waste of money. If you watched my mukbang, then you will see that we all 3 of us, me, Lucy and Amy, all said that buying a wristband for Freshers Week is literally the worst thing ever. Do not do it. Just go each night and pay on the door. The only thing is you obviously have to get a little bit earlier, but it is a lot cheaper in the long run, and at the end of the day, if you feel like you don't want to go to something because you're tired, or you end up getting freshers flu, which I had, then you don't feel bad for spending like £200 on a wristband when you don't use it. I think I went to one freshers event and that didn't even use my wristband. I had to pay separately for that, so don't buy it, just pay on the door. So the next thing is for any students that are planning on living at home and travelling in. Now, it's all to do with parking. So if you go to an open day and you were told that there is parking on campus, make sure that you reassure this before you go, because I was told at my open day that there would be parking on campus because it was a brand new campus. They were building 4 new car parks. There isn't. I have to drive an extra 10 minutes to the other side of town and then get a bus. So make sure that if you are travelling in, that you find out all that information beforehand, because you don't want to do what I did on my first full day of lectures. Because the first week was just first year students, so it's so easy to get parking in the local town centre. Like, it was so easy. And on my first full day of lectures, I think I left an hour before and couldn't get a parking space in the nearby car park that was literally right next to the university. Couldn't get a parking space in the one that was across the road. Morrison's was only 2 hours free parking and I had a 4-hour day. And then I ended up having to drive all the way to the other side of town to the massive big car park because I didn't know that the parking ride existed, and I was so happy when I found that it did because it was so much cheaper. But it just meant I was 45 minutes late to my first ever lecture, and the guy who did it at the time, he's no longer at the uni, he went off sick, was our Pat. So it was very awkward. So I walk in an hour late. I'm all flustered because I had a panic attack because my phone took me the wrong way and I ended up in a dead end somewhere. Like, no idea how I actually got to the parking at the end of the thing, but you know. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that if you are driving into university, make sure you do your research beforehand. Otherwise, yeah, just make sure you do your research, basically. Okay, so the next aspect I want to address is this whole thing that seems to be going around that university is so much easier than A-level. It is in a way. Like, they say that A-levels are the hardest things you'll ever do. But I do kind of agree, but in a way I don't agree. I think it depends what degree you do. So if you're going to go in with this attitude that, oh my god, it's going to be easy, blah blah blah, then seriously, university is not for you. You have to work hard. As I was saying, don't go into university with this whole idea that it's going to be easy, because I'm going to be honest with you, it isn't as easy as everyone makes it out to be. You need to work hard, otherwise you won't get anything out of it at the end of it. Okay, so the next tip I have, and the thing that I wish I kind of knew before starting, was don't spend loads of money on stationery. I know like every year when you go back to school, like in secondary school and A-levels, everyone buys so much stationery. I'm going to be honest with you, you don't need to. A lot of the work that you can do can be computer based, and a lot of the assignments are computer based. So I would personally recommend using a laptop. Like if you do prefer to write them, fine, write your notes, like whatever, like do whatever you prefer to do. But as someone who has practically become a paper-free student now, I would definitely recommend buying a laptop. You definitely need a laptop for assignments and stuff like that. Like, I think it depends where you go, but most universities prefer the assignments to be typed. Or an iPad. If you haven't seen my other videos about making notes on iPad, then I'll leave them in the description box down below. Okay, so I've had to switch over to my phone because my camera died. Thank you very much, even though it said it had a full charge this morning. But we're switching over to my phone now, so the quality may change, but I would have like just put the camera on charge and then like continue filming, but I have so much to do today, so I'd rather just get this video filmed. So I was talking about stationery, basically. What was I saying? Oh, I was going to talk about folders. So basically I bought about 4 folders last year. I actually only used one, and I'll show you it now. Ugh. I actually only used 1 folder. Everything is in this 1 folder, but it does mean that I have folders for the next like 2 years, and then the year that I'm doing after that, so it's not too bad. But I would definitely recommend, don't spend loads of money on stationery, because it's going to be honest with you, you won't use it, you'll lose it, and yeah, pretty much. So the next one is kind of, I guess you'd kind of like just presume that this was a thing, but the lecturers are so passionate. So if you're going to do a course just for doing it, don't, because they kind of know if you're not into it. Like my Shakespeare lecturer was so into Shakespeare, and I think he kind of got the sense that no one really enjoyed Shakespeare. So the lecturers are really passionate. So if you're going to do a course just because all your friends are doing that course, or just because it's something to do, then seriously don't do it. Go get a job, take a year out, take a gap year. Like, don't just go and do a course because someone's told you you've got to do that course. You've got to be completely passionate about that course. Make sure you know stuff about that course before going to uni. Obviously you would have probably done all that research before, but I'm just saying, like, these are some things that I wish someone told me, because I honestly didn't think they'd be that passionate, because my English teachers at school honestly didn't care. They were just like, oh, it's a job, like whatever. So definitely make sure you are as passionate about the course as can be suggested by your lecturers. I think the one thing that uni has definitely taught me is how much I cherish my at-home friendships. Like, fair enough, I have uni friends and I have my friends at home, but it's so hard because half the time, hang on, the door's gonna slam shut. It's so hard because half the time, obviously you're so busy, they're so busy, like you get a message every now and then, but it's so hard just to keep up with people. It's definitely not like school at all. Like, you get to see your friends all the time. See, it just slammed. You get to see your friends all the time, you get to go out all the time, but unless you go to the same university as your friends, like honestly you won't see them as much. Like, I have 3 at home really close friends, and 2 of them I haven't seen for 2 months, but I'm seeing them. I would have seen them on Sunday by the time this goes up, and I'm so excited because it's been so long and I just can't wait for a catch up. And then obviously Lucy, that you guys see, and and Amy, I don't see them as much. I see Lucy a bit more, and then me and Lucy try and FaceTime quite a lot, but we do the same course, so it's kind of really easy to kind of like, I don't know, like kind of communicate and stuff like that, because most of the time we're doing the same stuff, so we'll be doing that and FaceTiming at the same time. So it's kind of like a study kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of easier to keep up with people that are doing the same course as you, that people that aren't. Like, one of my friends is doing a nursing degree, and if she's not at home, she's doing a placement, or when she's home, I'm busy doing assignments, and then when she's back doing placements, I'm free. And it's just, it is really hard, but you do learn to cherish those friendships a lot more than you would have done at secondary school and A-level. Not saying that I didn't before, but it kind of teaches you a lot in that way, and it shows you growing up, like the growing up aspect of going to university, basically. Okay, so this kind of links on to what I was saying earlier about me having like a full-on panic attack on my first day. So you have, well, this was our university, every university is different, but our university had a full week, which was freshers obviously, and then we had introduction, like lecture things with like our lecturers, where you got to meet new people. And I remember the first day when we had this, it was like a getting to know each other kind of day, and we sat in this massive room and there was loads of other courses, but lucky enough my university set up a page, and we got to meet, like not meet, but loads of us had a massive group chat for English. Well, to be fair, I say massive, there was about 7 of us in the group before the first day, and then it was like people getting added and added and added and added. But it was really nice because we got to kind of all say, oh, we'll meet each other here. And I remember the first 3 people I met, I was sat on a bench outside the building we were supposed to go in. It was really awkward because no one knew what anyone looked like, because obviously everyone looks different from their profile pictures on Facebook. But everyone was feeling the same. So yes, you're going to feel nervous. You're not going to feel like it does when you go back to school in September. But it was worth it, and now I have some really, really, really good friends, and I honestly wouldn't change it at all. But just don't get so nervous. Like, get yourself up, get ready. I would definitely recommend, if you're a girly girl, you like having your makeup done, your hair done, getting up that little bit earlier and doing it for the first week, because it kind of builds your confidence a little bit more because you feel better about it. I remember my first day was the day I had my photo done, and I had curly hair, I had a full face of makeup. It was like that change between summer and autumn, so I had like a little fluffy little bomber jacket on. If you haven't seen that video, that's my freshers video, I'll leave that down below. Speaking of nerves and friends, like, I was really lucky in the aspect that my university did this thing called VIP days before we went to uni, so I got to meet some people, so I made a really tight-knit group before anyway. So we all went out on freshers together again. That's in my video, and you'll see Tiff and Holly and everyone. And then I have Chloe, who obviously Chloe's a from home friend, but because we do different courses we don't really see each other, so freshers was like the first proper time we saw each other at uni. So yeah, oh my god. Hang on. Okay, so the last topic I have on here is how easy it is to be yourself. So I guess kind of at school you kind of build up this thing that you don't want everyone to know what you're really like, and I guess you kind of like go with the flow. Like, I feel like I'm a completely different person to what I was at school. I'm a lot more confident. This has definitely helped. Like, YouTube is definitely something that wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have gone to uni, because since uni I've obviously got into it a lot more, whereas at school I was so scared that everyone would find my channel and everything else. But now that I'm at university, it's kind of a bit like no one cares. Like, you can do whatever you want to do, and the amount of people that make YouTube videos at my university is absolutely crazy. Like, and as well, they do this thing where you can do photo shoots for the uni, which is so cool. I did it the other week, so it's for like the prospectus and everything, so I can't wait to have them photos. They will be on my Instagram account in September, October time. It's whenever the promotion liking comes out. It was really cool. It was like I was working in a proper job and I got paid for it, so that was really cool. And there's just so much stuff that you can get into at uni to make you feel like yourself again. Like, I've got into a lot of this stuff to do with the media, so like you can do the photo shoots. They also do like video shoots of going around the uni. I couldn't do it last year because for some reason the first years weren't allowed to sign up, but I'm hoping to sign up for that this year. And then I'm also a student ambassador, so I show everybody around the university on open days and do like stuff to do with the university, like representing the uni. So kind of what I do on here, because I kind of promote Northampton on here really. But yeah, so just basically be yourself. Don't be afraid what people think, because everybody's different. There's not one person on my course that is the same. We're all different. We all have different personalities, all have different likes, but we all get on. There's not really any big like disagreements between any of us. We're all kind of the same because our main passion is literature. But it's really nice, and yeah, it's kind of cool that you can just be yourself. Like, it's not like school at all. It's a lot more laid back. You are encouraged to work, but it's your control at the end of the day. The lecturers basically told us on the first week, if you don't show up, it's not their problem. So it's It's completely up to you really. Just make it your own. Make university your own personal experience, and don't be scared. Just go in, do it, and don't. Okay. So that's the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are going to university next year, let me know in the comments down below if there's any more questions or anything else you want to know about. I don't really want to cover like the money side of things because that's a different video that I have coming up for you guys, which I'm so excited about. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on Thursday for a new one. Bye!